is there. G.I. Joe, American hero. G.I. Joe is there. It's G.I. Joe against Cobra.
Endgame program and be done with them.
Well, it is Sunday night, and where else in the world would you rather be than streaming with me as my screen goes really dark for some reason? Okay, bear with me. Yeah, bear with me. Here we come back. We're coming back. Anyways, guys, it is Sunday night. It's 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That means the SwishPOP is in the house with some late night streaming. I got about an hour in me tonight, I think. So let's get right into it. Sorry, the video is getting a little dicey for some reason. Just 1 second here. Get my spectacles on. I think that's what's wrong. Yeah. I think that's wrong. Okay. I think I got it fixed up here now. Okay. I think. No, maybe not. Okay. It's a little bright. Anyways, so, guys, it is Sunday night, and you know what? Man, today was a long day for me. I got up super early, and yeah, it's starting to hit me already. Anyways, so I just, before we go live, I just ran and got a water because it always kills me. Like halfway through the stream, like a voice is killing me, so I had to go run and get some water. I'm good. I'm solid now, I think. So let's get into it. Let's see. What do we normally do? A little housekeeping, right? So you know what? Like I said, as of right now, if this is your first time visiting here, we do this every Sunday night at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is a late night stream because I understand it is late. Most of us do have to go to work tomorrow, but this is the only time I can get in front of the camera for the most part as of right now due to my schedule. At some point in the future, I will probably try to change this to like a 10:30 to get probably a few more people in here. But as of right now, until further notice, still 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Anyways, so welcome to the channel. Like always, we got a longer segment here today. We'll go over some things I picked up the week. Man, the camera's doing all kinds of weird stuff. Anyways, for the normal stuff, the thrift store. I went to the thrift store so many times this week, and I actually, once again, did not find anything. What is up with the camera? I did not find anything this week. It's a little disappointing, but like I said, it's always just random, guys. It's just completely random, super luck or whatever. And you know what? I was not lucky this week, but that's okay because I had other stuff filling holes this week. I got a couple Facebook Marketplace pickups, and I got a couple Amazon things come to me. Anyways, so let's get into it. Actually, and I got if you're paying attention at all, you may notice that I got something crazy big on my desk here. Okay, so check this out. I don't want to it's tough. I don't want to move it around too much. Check out this thing. Look at this. Centurions. I believe this is depth charger. This thing is totally badass. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. It is pretty fragile. And I kind of got it locked in place. I don't want to touch it too much because I'm afraid it's going to fall apart. But it's like the perfect desk, the shelf ornament. It's just going to go on the shelf. I'm going to have to get my other Centurions out. And yeah, I'll have to make a display for it. But this was part of a trade that I did with one of the guys that I deal with often. Anyways, so this thing is pretty sweet. So I had Max Ray, the green guy or whatever, and then I was able to trade for all the pieces to the depth charger, I believe. I am not a Centurions expert. It's just a little side thing that I'm doing right now because basically, I am basically, man, the camera is super dark. I don't know what's up with the camera, guys. It's Centurions is a little side thing I'm doing because GIJoe and Transformers, I'm getting up there. Like, I have a lot of GIJoe and Transformers, so sometimes I need other stuff to make me, add to the collecting abilities. Anyways, so that's pretty cool. That thing was a trade. Do you guys do many trades? I do a ton of trades, and I mean, for the most part, I mean, it works out great. Let's see what we got here. Just a second now. Just a second here. Okay, right camera, anything. Okay. Let's get the party started, Mad Gus. Let's go. Mr. Mad Gus in the house. Woo! Okay, so that was a big thing that I got this week. Obviously, it's super cool. It took me a bit to get it together because, I mean, that stuff's old, man. That stuff's old, but super cool. And, like, you never, ever come across Centurion stuff. So, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of cool. I really like it. Okay, so I got this box of fun here. So, that was a trade. I didn't get anything at the thrift store. I was able to pick up locally today, actually. I need pieces to complete my Tiger Rat, my GIJoe, A Real American Hero Tiger Rat. So I'm pretty much complete, except I need 2 more of the bigger booms. The one with the rubber tips, much like the Rattler has. And then I will be done with my Tiger Rat. Hey, Shane, welcome to the chat tonight. Anyways, so I picked that up today or whatever off a local person. And what else we got here? So, I got a couple of new Transformers in. So I got the Studio Series 86 Thundercracker. This thing is crazy, right? Like, so it's funny because a lot of people out there, I've seen some reactions on Twitter, and a few people don't actually like the new animated cell shaded it's not even cell shaded, but it looks like it just jumped out of the cartoon, and I'm absolutely loving it. Loving it. So Thundercracker's here finally. I have Skywarp already pre-ordered from, I believe, Amazon. Yeah, so whenever Starscream gets announced, they didn't kind of smart this time, hey? So, Starscream will be the last one. Normally, Starscream is always the first one, right? So, kind of cool. Yeah, that one's kind of neat. I got to get that one unboxed and get him out on the shelf or whatever. So, I'm kind of just looking at him for the first time. He's really nice. Anyways, the thing is, guys, it's a dark secret that I tell often to anyone that will listen. I barely transform my Transformers. They are action figures for me. This Thundercracker will probably never be transformed ever in his lifetime or whatever. Anyways, so pretty sweet. I like that guy. Then, where's my box of fun? Then another guy, I got Windcharger. So another Studio Series 86 figure. And once again, absolutely loving the animated cartoon look to it or whatever. It looks like it just jumped out of the cartoon. And it's pretty standard stuff now, but I mean, I'm loving it. And I think, so this guy, along with this retro sea spray, I'm pretty sure we're almost done with the mini bots in the deluxe size right now. So that's kind of cool. This retro sea spray is cool. I don't like his face. His face is a little different than the actual cartoon version. This is more the toy version. So I don't know if we'll ever get an 86 release of this guy. So I picked this guy up for now. Weeks ago, Hey everyone, just got home from work. Did I miss anything? David, no, you did not. We just started a few minutes ago. Thanks for dropping by. Really appreciate you spending your time here with us. No, we just started. I'm just going through some Transformers that I got and some stuff. Then we'll talk some G.I. Joe. But yeah, long story short, where was I going with this? I lost my train of thought now. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyways. Anyway, so this was pretty sweet. I'm really looking forward to this. Yeah, like I think we're done with the mini bots for now. I was gonna tell some. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. Like a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, I mentioned that I cleaned off my whole desk. You should see, like you can't see it, you can barely see it. Like you can see the screen here, and you can see the Centurion figure. But below my screen here, below your visual line, like there's so much stuff here now. Again, I am like the messiest person ever. Like, oh my gosh, guys, you don't understand. I'm so messy. It's so bad. It's frustrating. Anyways, Studio Series 86 Wind Charger, an awesome addition to the collection. And then, what do we got here? Let's see what the chat's saying. You only miss Swish giving out free Cobra Law guards, but you're good. Yeah, I wish. Oh my gosh. That guy, I have a funny feeling about the Cobra Law, the Royal Guard. I haven't pre-ordered him as of yet. That's a lie. I did pre-order him from Walmart. I don't know if I'm going to keep him at the full retail price. He's kind of expensive here in Canada. He's $51 plus tax. But he does look really awesome, like so awesome. Like they did a crazy, amazing job with him. So I'm torn. We'll have to see when he comes in. I don't know where we are getting him here in Canada from Walmart. Walmart like is always like it's they're late to the show or whatever, right? So, anyways, we'll see what happens. I don't know. Well, one day he might show up on the stream. One day he might not. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay. Next up is, actually, we'll save that for last. So, this is not G.I. Joe Transformers related, but one of my things that I love is Age of Apocalypse from Marvel. This was a limited edition mini-series. I have the complete original Age of Apocalypse series from Marvel from the 90s. That was one of my side gigs that I needed badly to complete. I completed it last year. I had a Facebook notification on Thursday or Friday, I believe, and it was like Age of Apocalypse. I'm like, okay, what was it? And this was 6-part series, Return to Age of Apocalypse, and it was like $10. $10. I was like, yes, please. And so I made sure I picked it up on the weekend. Actually, that's a lie. I asked one of my buddies to pick it up because it was closer to him. So it's like, hey, I need to send you on a mission. Can you go pick this up? Anyways, so we're not going to talk much about that, but that was one of my gets from this week. Pretty sweet for me. This was the major get from this week. Okay, guys? Boom. Number 152. Test, quick test, guys. What's number 152? What's 152? 152 is the Cobra Claw. And if you have been paying attention on the channel, the Real American Hero version of the Cobra Claw is one of my all-time favorite G.I. Joe vehicles. I did not pick this up when it came out because it was only available on HasbroPulse.com. This thing was super expensive if you wanted to ship it to Canada. So I passed on it at the time. And like I do with a lot of stuff, I kind of like rolled the dice on it. And long story short, it popped up. One of the person here locally had it for sale. And I grabbed it. Now, side note, you notice this thing. The person who bought it wanted the figure, so they kept the figure. Guess what? I wasn't interested in the figure, so it works out great for me. Great for me. So I got this finally, and you know what? I waited until tonight to, we're going to open it right now. Let's open it. How many of you guys in chat, do you guys have this already? because I have not really seen this in person as of yet. So the Cobra Claw. Whoa, bro. Let's see what we got here. So what do we got in? So we're going to get rid of the box. We'll throw it down here. It's so funny. Like, you know, it's not complete, but I still want the box. Damn you, Swish. I'm super jealous. I can't find nowhere a good price. Yeah, that thing's pricey. Shipping isn't too bad to Canada when you buy 3 of them. Okay. Shane, you're right. I guess if you're buying 3, if you're dropping that much money on 3, shipping isn't too bad. I'm so frugal when it comes to my collecting. That's why I spend all the time at the thrift store, guys. Okay. So I'm just making sure I got stuff here. I'm just throwing stuff. I make such a mess off camera here. You don't understand. Oh snap! I want it specifically for the figure, Mad Gus. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the figures. Okay, let's see. Let's get this out of here without destroying it. Okay. Okay, that's out. That's out. Nothing else in the box. Okay, box is gone. Whoa, this is a big boy. Okay, putting the spectacles on. Whoop. So, oh my gosh, look at this. The turret. This thing is absolutely massive. Now, I believe, so we will click on some wings here. I want it for the figure. I don't have it. Collecting Transformers would get in the way of my army building. Yeah. Transformers are cool, though. I like Transformers. Okay, like this thing is... Oh, my gosh. I'm so impressed. So the only thing... Caveat, remember... the other person, they kept the figure. They also kept the... what's the word I'm looking for? The ground effects, or like the effects or whatever. And I'm fine with that, whatever. I got this for a discount or whatever, right, guys? So I am totally happy with that. The other thing is, I got to find some way to display it now. So this thing is pretty sweet. Like, it's so big. Let's see. Let's, okay, 1 second. So take down this guy. I'll take his stuff off. Okay. So we got the Crimson Guard here. Another one of my favorites. And so I guess you kind of... Okay, it's hard to do stuff on camera. Oh, geez. I knocked my Centurion. Alright. So, just to see how I show you how big it is. So, I guess you can have him reach up here. I mean, it's pretty sweet. So, I'm thinking I actually might pick up a retro trooper, a blue trooper, to put in here. Or I actually might open my Cobra officer and put him in here or whatever. Yeah, I don't want to mess with his hands right now, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty sweet. It's got these with the wheels come out. Okay, the wheels move. That's pretty cool. I need a red helmet ASAP. Without the figure switch, I guess Cobra Commander would be next in line for it. Yeah, you know what? Cobra Commander would be a good one too. Oh, that's a good one, Cobra Commander. So, as of right now, I haven't really opened any of my retro GIJoe classified because I just love the packaging and everything. I mean, I don't know. I think you know what? I'm going to be on the lookout for a loose one. I'm going to have to find a loose Cobra Commander because you're right. Cobra Commander will be sweet in this Fang. This Cobra Claw. I apologize. I was thinking about the Fang because I was going to say the other thing I'm kind of hoping they do at some point is a Cobra Fang, because I think the Cobra Commander looks awesome in a Cobra Fang. And I would really like them to do that. Like, I was so disappointed with that retro Cobra Fang. They gave it a new mold and they put a really crappy generic of Cobra Pilot in there. I mean, I think it would have sold like hotcakes if they had to put Cobra Commander in there. Anyways, this thing is really nice. I'm really impressed with the quality. All the stuff can move, the wings. I didn't realize the turret could move, and that's really cool. And like I said, the Claw is one of my favorite vehicles, so this was a perfect addition. So now I have the Flight Pod and the Cobra Claw, which are two of my favorite Real American Hero vehicles. Yeah, so it's really cool. It's like it's flying around. Oh yeah, and you know what? This thing can go perfectly, maybe go toe-to-toe. Well, not toe-to-toe, but can go up against my Dragonfly. That's pretty sweet. Oh, yeah, I like it. I like it at all. Okay, I'm going to land that guy right here for a second. It should have came with a Cobra Commander figure. Yeah, I agree, David. Yeah, it would have been awesome. Have you seen the custom blast effects you can buy? Oh, like the stand? I've seen like the stand that has like kind of the explosion as it like takes off. Somebody sent me that on Facebook. So I think if that's the one you're talking about, I have seen it. It's pretty cool. But I mean, I think the price on eBay was like, I don't know if it was $88 Canadian or $88 American. I'm sure it was Canadian, but like that's pricey just for a stand. I mean, I could hang it somewhere. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. A Fang is definitely coming. I think the Fang is on the short list for sure. I would like to see a Cobra Fang because the Cobra Fang would be in that, like, you know, that cheaper budget price in theory. So, I mean, it would probably be the price of the ATV or the Claw or whatever. You know, hopefully under $100. So yeah, I would definitely get a Fang if they did come out with one. So fingers crossed we get to see that soon. I have Storm Shadow in one of mine, just like in issue 21. Oh, that's cool, Shane. Nice. Yeah, I was thinking about Storm Shadow as well. Yeah, the Cobra Fang, so the Cobra Claw, super awesome. Yeah, I'm really liking it. I think it's an amazing addition to my collection. Yeah, it's super cool. And they made some, like, you know, it's kind of cool because they, you know, they did some obviously alterations to it. There's a lot of black on it compared to the, which I'm sure I just have one right here. Yeah. So I have one right here. So there's like a lot of black on it, right? Compared to the Real American Hero version, with the black stripes, the black wings or whatever. So, I mean, it's changed enough that they, you know, definitely, what's the word? They classified it. So I think I still love this one. This one's really good too. I got like 5 of these. I got 1 of these. I can't get 5 of these. I'm just going to throw this down here. Anyways, so that is a really cool. My phone's buzzing. Okay. Sometimes I wonder if the wife, she's like, the house is on fire, come run. No, it's not. So I always wonder. Okay. So, I mean, I think that's pretty sweet. A sweet addition. And like I said, even though I don't have everything that was in the box, I still have the box because I'm a freak. It's number 152. I'm not a completist, but the fact that I have that, I kind of want the box. But you know what? I'm running out of space in here, so the box is probably going to go out in the garage. I have a shelf on the garage for all kinds of boxes and stuff of that. Someday, maybe I'll take you guys out into the garage and visit if I ever get my garage cleaned up. Anyways, So that's cool. Glad I was able to secure that. So I just picked that up on Friday. So it's only a couple days old, and I waited for you guys to hang out so I could unbox it and enjoy it all together. I'm amazing. Second out here. Okay, so by the way, just regular YouTube stuff. If you're new here, think about hitting the subscribe button as well. If you're liking what we do here, think about hitting the like button as well. Really appreciate it if you could do that. Where we going here? I have my notes. So you know what? I had a very busy week and I didn't get many notes written up for the stream. I did come up with a couple of things to talk about. Let's see. I'm just trying to find my notes here. So now I don't think last week we actually talked about the couple new figures that were, revealed or whatever. So we'll just bring those up on screen for a second. If the house is on fire, that's when you scream and tell her and the kids to come grab some toys. You know what's funny? Wow. I gotta knock on wood, guys. I've always thought if my house caught on fire, I would have to grab some kind of tub and just start like throwing Transformers and GI Joes in the bin. I think I could probably get a majority of it in the bin and out the door. Now, people are like, you're an idiot because you're risking your life. I don't know if I'd actually do that, but I've actually thought about it in my head beforehand. So I don't know. It's kind of funny, but kind of like serious as well. So anyways, hopefully, fingers crossed, we never have to experience that. Okay. Knock on wood. But it doesn't mean I haven't thought about it before. So the first thing up tonight. Where is my page? Boom. So, I got here. Oh, no. We need that up. So, I don't think we talked about this yet, right? This 250th anniversary Duke that was revealed last week. I believe it was accidentally leaked on the UK Hasbro Pulse website. So, I'm not really sure what's up with that. But there it is. And what do you guys think about this? Are you going to get it? Now, I don't know how many Americans are in the chat here or attending tonight. I know we usually do have a fair, healthy amount of Canadians. But that's why you need the story of Spears in the story center, yeah. But the thing is here, the first thing that hit me about this is that it's quite obvious, and I think I posted this. Oh yeah, it's I have it actually as part of the post. Now, quickly guys, I've mentioned this before, but I use the community page on the YouTube channel like social media. And anything that's revealed or breaking news or a hot deal, I post here on the community page. So it's a great reason to subscribe if you haven't already, because you're getting those notifications just like Twitter, and they're more directed to you because obviously we're a bit of a smaller group or whatever, but it's being sent out to you. So you guys possibly seen this from the channel already. I'm sure you've already seen this from a million different people. I mean, it's not like I'm breaking the news here. I just wanted to discuss it with you guys or whatever. This is a few days old now, obviously. Shane says, I am not really a fan of it, but if I see it, I'll probably get it. Just one. Mad Gus, that's right, Swish. All toy collectors need an emergency escape plan for our toys. I agree. But yeah, so the 250th anniversary of the USA Duke here, very interesting colors. But like I said in the post here, it is quite evident to me, and I'm sure it's evident to you as well, that Super 7 and Hasbro obviously they talk, right? They figure out what they're doing together, because Super 7 has 4 figures with this exact same color scheme coming out as well. And the thing is, if they were independent, a bit, obviously they are independent companies, but if they did not talk to each other, you wouldn't have the exact same color scheme, because that blue, or even the color in the background there of the explosion, is very purplish. Like, it is a very unique color. If they were going for the red, white, and blue, there's no real way that they would sync up so much if they weren't in talks with each other. And I think this is probably one of the times, to me, in my eyes, that has made it the most evident, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, but like, it's just, they obviously work together, and they actually, they play off each other what they're each other's planning. And, sometimes, it works out for everyone, right? So like this thing, I've heard, there's a couple ways to look at this thing, right? Like, the coloring is obviously very American inspired, and there's nothing wrong with that. But does it do enough? It's kind of weird. Like, it looks like he's in a white, like this small picture here that I have on the screen, the actual figure looks like he's just in a white t-shirt and blue pants. And, he's got some red accents on his gun and his shovel. And I don't know. It's not really doing anything for me. But I'm also not American. So I think this is going for the heartstrings of the USA here, trying to cash in on some USA pride, I think, right? I would assume this will be on shelves for July 4th, around that time. But it's not really doing anything. I think they needed to do a bit more for it. Like, his shirt should have had a bit more of a deco on it, I think. Like, a bit, obviously, it's a straight repaint of the retro Duke release. But I think they needed a little more to put into this to really drive it over the hill, to make a lot more people want it. Now, the interesting thing here is, this is like 250th anniversary special of USA. I do not expect this to be available in Canada. Now, originally this did leak on the USA, the UK website, which is once again kind of weird. Why were they going to show it on the UK website unless they do some kind of mirroring from the UK and the American Hasbro Pulse websites? I've never really looked at the Hasbro Pulse UK website, so I don't know if it looks exactly like the American one with just the region changed. I'm not really sure. Long story short, this isn't really doing enough for me to be interested in it. Do I think it could possibly sell well with American collectors? Yeah, sure. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a bit of American pride and wanting to pick this up. There's a lot of, I've already seen Canadian collectors say, if there was a red and white one, they would probably pick it up as well. For me, I'm frugal. I'm really frugal. And this doesn't hit my threshold for wanting to purchase it. Anyways, so some are calling him Scooby-Doo because he looks like Fred from Scooby-Doo. Carlos, yeah, I seen that online somewhere as well. I mean, I think it kind of fits. Like Mad Gus just said, he can't unsee that now. Especially, I find the artwork looks pretty good. The artwork on the side, it looks like Duke in a white and blue pants or whatever. But the actual figure does look a lot like Fred from Scooby-Doo. Oh, damn, I lost my bottle top. So I think, I don't know. I gotta go find my bottle top. It's right here. Yeah, not a hot seller. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We all need the pride we can get nowadays. Yeah, we all need the pride. Yeah. Yeah, anyway, so that is that. So, I mean, once again, I don't think there's really an official street date for this as of right now, but one has to assume it will be out sometime around July 4th, right? I think it'd be really silly if they missed that date somehow and it wasn't available on July 4th for Independence Day in the USA. So, I mean, I think if they want to cash in on this, they need it available on Independence Day. Anyways, so that's one thing that was new this week. You know, that was released a few days ago, but I didn't get a chance really to talk about it. Anyways, then, where's my page gone? We scroll up. Boop, boop. Oh, no, we go back. And then we have the Dire Tech Night Creeper. You know it's it's funny. I was making notes earlier on what to talk about, and I was like, okay, I want to make sure we talk about the Dire Tech Night Creeper. And my hands, I was typing, and I wrote down the Night Crapper, Carper. It was quite funny. I giggled myself. So, I mean, I guess they're building out this Dire Tech army, hey? Because this is, of course, we have Crystal Ball, we have the Ghost Viper, and now we have the Dire Tech Ninja Night Creeper, the Night Creeper. So, I mean, I guess they're gonna keep on going with this. It's pretty sweet. I think they've done a good job. Like, for me, I have not picked up any of the Dire Tech guys as of yet. But this gray and black deco of the Night Creeper is pretty sweet. He should have come with an 8-inch American flag with a jump jetpack. Carlos, that would have been pretty cool. So Carlos says that the 250th anniversary GIJoe should have came with an American flag and a jump jetpack. That would have been pretty sweet, because you could have had him like doing that scene where he's like flying and he had the flag. I think you're right. I think they missed an opportunity, and that's the complaints I've heard about that Duke. Right? Is that it's kind of like a lazy repaint. It was just a straight repaint. They didn't do anything extra for it, and if they had to do, a few small extras for it, it would probably hit better with collectors, right? So, I mean, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'm looking at it for parts. I like the colors. Cobra, I always said the cereal dude should have came with one. Amen. Carlos, I always said that the cereal Duke should have came with one, I'm assuming. Maybe. That's what you're saying, Magos? Anyways, the Dire Tech guys. So, you know what? Let me just switch the pictures here. So you got this one, got a bit of an action shot. You can get to see his back. So his crossbow attaches to his backpack. He's got that funky sword, obviously. I mean, Night Creepers are pretty sweet. They're one of my favorite troop builders. So I actually have one classified and two Real American Hero versions of this one. I mean, the black and the gray looks very nice with the for the ninja motif. Where are you guys? So I'll buy one to keep carded and as a 250 souvenir. I'll pick more up during Roscon. Yeah, okay. I already made that joke online that the retro guy, Retro Duke 250 is going to be a future Roscon 2027 exclusive. Anyways, whatever. I think a lot of retro ends up at Roscon. And I'm really surprised. I enjoy retro more than the mainline classified. So I'm always kind of surprised about that when so much retro goes to Ross. But I could totally see that Duke ended up at Roscon in the future, especially like as we get further and further away from the 250th anniversary in July. Like, that Duke is not going to necessarily mean as much if you didn't pick it up around that, actually anniversary, right? So anyways, whatever. Yeah, the Night Creeper. So I seen a few complaints online where, like, some people aren't into the dire tech stuff, and they would have rather the arms just been regular colors, so they could have just army built the black stealth, the black stealth Night Creeper. I think that would have been pretty cool. But because he has the green arms, you can tell he's part of the dire tech army. So he's still pretty cool. He's very interesting. Oh, I'm clicking on the wrong thing. But I don't know. I probably won't pick him up. Now, of course, as the notes say here, he will be should be available for pre-order on March 19th at 10 a.m. as part of Walmart's CollectorCon, because all the dire tech stuff is exclusive to Walmart. Walmart USA is very good with getting him up right away. Walmart Canada will certainly have him, but I usually find they get him up a little later. But as long as you're, stock on the website, Walmart Canada, you can usually easily get him, right? So, because I actually did pre-order Crystal Ball when he came out, just because I often pre-order everything and then they decide later which things I want to keep. So I actually pre-ordered Crystal Ball, and when I got him, I was like, he's really good looking, but I don't love him, so I returned him. But a lot of people love him. He was voted best GIJoe classified figure in 2024, I believe, or no, 2025. I can't remember when they ever did the vote. Anyways, so the Night Creeper looks pretty damn sick. Let's see. Oops. Wrong thing. Like Mad Gus says, I kind of wish his arms wasn't in that translucent plastic. I would like to put him with my normal creepers. I know a lot of people have had that complaint. I mean, I guess they did it to make them different. But you're right. That is a standard complaint, and you know what? It's kind of sucks, but I guess that's all we can do. Shane says, Night Creeps are good, but their feet are tiny and they tend to fall. I actually have mine right here. He's pretty sweet. I don't know where his backpack is. Maybe it's in the back. I don't really have too many of my classified figures out. You know what, guys? The reason why, let me just put it back to the main screen here. The reason why I find that I don't actually have too much of my classified figures actually unboxed and put out is because I really suck at doing the action poses. And I haven't really played with them enough to be able to come up with something really sweet or whatever. Because some people come up with some really amazing poses. Anyways, so I almost feel like somebody needs to do a channel where there's tutorials on how to actually pose all these guys with their double and triple joints and their butterfly arms and stuff like that. I think if, somebody came up with that idea, it might be pretty sweet and help all of us amateur guys out. Look, he's like, hoo yeah. Anyways, I really do like the Night Creeper. He's one of my faves. I've always really enjoyed the Night Creeper, and that's why I have two for a Real American Hero. And guys, for now, because I don't want to put him back on my shelf, boom, he's going in the pile here, behind, below the sight level that you can't see. Yeah, they do, Shane. I have 5, and they even fall while on a stand. Yeah, that really sucks. I still do think that every classified figure should come with its own stand. I mean, it's a cheap piece of plastic they can just totally throw in the box. It's not fair that classified is the only one that comes with a stand. I don't understand to this point. Pardon the pun, why the mainline figures don't come with stands. It's really stupid. And to further point, the fact is, why can't I purchase stands from Hasbro? Hasbro, Like, put the stands up, make them like even $1, like 85 cents, and you can buy a bag of them. You know what I mean? However many you want, and then like you're selling the pieces of plastic. Like, Hasbro misses out on so much money. Sell me the stands, sell me the blast effects. Like, it's just, why wouldn't they do this, guys? Like, it's so silly. Matt Gus, you say there's several channels like that. If you can recommend any, I would really appreciate it. Like, if you can drop me a line on here, or send me a DM on Twitter or something, or Instagram, I would really appreciate it, because I would really like to display more of my classified figures, but I need like a tutorial on, like, you know, how to like do it. I'm creative in certain ways. I'm not as creative in that way. You know, replicating action shots. I think if I had a tutorial or somebody to teach me the ways, I could really turn some stuff into some cool displays, but I need like somebody to help me along the way. There was also KB Toys exclusives on Arctic Night Creeper during the late 90s. I hope they bring him back with all the Arctic theme stuff this year. Yeah, you know, it's funny. I actually ran into somebody last year, maybe it was 2 years ago, at TFCon Toronto, and they had me look at their G.I. Joes, and that was one of the things they had, was the Arctic mission set or whatever, and it had that Night Creeper as part of it. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like those. So look up Toy Picks. Okay, I'll check it out. I'll make a note of it. Okay, Toy Picks. I'll make a note of it, and I'll check it out for sure. Because, like I said, I've been really struggling with that myself, and I would like to get better. And the only way you're going to get better at anything is if you try to improve yourself. Anyways, so that's that. What else did I have in the notes? 1 second, guys. 1 second. All right. One thing. So, this one's a tough one. So, a while ago, I talked about... This will go into what I did. So, every week now, what I've started to do is, before the stream starts, I put up a poll. So when the poll is there when the stream starts, so you guys can look at it. And I try to put up some topics that you guys, as the chat, might want to talk about. Anyways, so you guys can feel involved or whatever. And so this week, I put up Future HasLab, Future Classified Wave, Next Modern Transformer Combiner, and your recent purchases, what you might want to talk about. So the one that's leading the way right now is Future HasLab. Okay? And we can talk about that in a few seconds. But previously, and this is where this is related, previously I had talked about, I don't know, probably a month ago, 5 or 6 streams ago, that I was like, yeah, maybe we should do a segment on the streams where I talk about 3D printed things, because 3D printed stuff is big, right? It is big. A lot of people love it. The 3D printed community has made some really amazing like custom products. And one of the things they specialize is doing GIJoe classified items. And they do crazy work. I can't even begin to understand how they print all this stuff. They put it back together and they make such amazing products. I would prefer a multiple choice poll. Interesting. Okay, I'll keep that in mind for next time. When you say multiple choice, what do you mean? Do you mean like multiple answers or one answer? Because you can only provide one answer here. Oh, you would have voted for 2 topics. Yeah, I know it's hard. You know, you got to pick. What would have been? So what 2 topics did you vote for, Carlos? Not to put you on the spot, but I'm just curious. Anyways, so one thing I just wanted to talk about quickly. Let me just see here. So let me bring the copy of this over. I'll go over here for a second. Let me just go back to the... One second, guys. All right, so we'll bring the webpage back up. So this guy, Mr. Tony Nazzaro, he printed a 3D printed a classified Sky Striker, and man, this thing is absolutely huge, and like it is absolutely crazy, right? Like this thing is so big. Like look at that wing, but like I love it because these guys, like, they've got the stickers and everything. Like it looks absolutely stunning. I'm jealous. Like, I mean, this, like, I wish I had somebody with the skills to print this for me or whatever. But I just don't. But like, look how big this thing is. Now, I'm not sure if this is Tony's design or he just printed somebody else's design, but this thing is really badass. Mad Gus says 3D print scares me. I don't want to buy them because some of them are not for playing with, just sitting on the shelf. Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Classified talk, but I would have picked Hasbro talk as well. Yeah, okay, that's fair. We'll talk about both those things. Evening, a quick hello. Hello, Mr. Joey. Thanks for joining us. Oh, bro. Did like the stream drop or something like that? It says we went from 12 to 3 people. That's really crazy. What happened there? Am I that boring? Okay, we're back to 13. Okay, that's really weird. Anyways, yeah, so, okay, yeah, that was really weird. Yeah, so this Sky Striker, like, this thing is insane. Like, look how big it is. Like, it is, and it looks like so chunky. And like, man, look at like these got the display painted and everything. Like, very, very detailed. The only thing I find with some 3D printed stuff is that, like, once you get up close, like almost like this, like the black ridge here, like you can tell it's 3D printed. But if it's like far away, it's like it looks really nice or whatever, right? Anyways, I think it's pretty sweet. Beautiful work. Can you just imagine buying it and watching it take a tumble? Can you imagine, right? Or I've heard some 3D printed things, if they get too hot, they can kind of like melt or whatever. That would really suck if you paid a lot of money for it. I like 3D printing, but for smaller stuff, that's what Shane says. Great detailing. Yeah, the detail's insane, right? Like look at this, like the panels, like see, like this is what kind of like 3D printing, like this thing's huge, right? But like this, like the ridges here on the side would kind of annoy me. I don't know if you can sand those things down or whatever. Oops, I went the wrong way. And you like the black here, that, you know, the ridges in it kind of like, my eye gets drawn to it and it gets kind of taken out of that. It, you know, it's sort of fake. Obviously, it's not a real product. I think if it was more flat, like, you know, like a regular product, you would more believe that it is actually real, right? Obviously. But this thing, so nice. Like, it just, like, such quality. Like, it looks like it just, like, popped out of the cartoon, right out of the GIJoe Real American Hero cartoon. A very, very nice print. One of the best ones I've seen so far. Obviously, you can see the missiles up here as well. But great job by Tony here. I know you've seen the USS flag and the also seen a whale. Yeah, I've seen a couple of those. I mean, like, people are printing everything, right? Like, everything. It's crazy. Like, look at the missiles and like the landing gear. Anyways, we're back to the wing again. Anyways, I think they did such a great job with it. Really nice job. Very, very impressed. Now, once again, I don't have much details about this. I'm only looking at a Facebook group here. I don't know how fragile it is. You drop this thing, does it bust into a million pieces? I am not sure right now, but I know what I like, and I like this. It's really nice. Anyways, I just wanted to share with that because it kind of rolls into our topic here about future HasLabs, right? I mean, this thing is big enough to be a future HasLab. It's super big, right? So I mean, I just amazed by it. Anyways, for future HasLab, okay. I think we're gonna have a little small discussion about that right now. I think this will probably be next week's video, long form video on the channel. I think that's what I'm gonna go with because I think it's very topical right now where but June will obviously get the next announcement of what the actual next HasLab will be. And they might tease it beforehand. You never know. But I do think that will be next week's video because I've been thinking about this for a bit now. And there's no surprise here. Now, and this is why I wanted to talk to you guys about it because I think I would have an idea, an inkling of what the next HasLab is going to be. Doesn't mean it's going to turn out to be true because I'm not an insider. I don't have any additional information. But if I had to choose right now, right this second, okay, I would think it is either, and hear me out before anyone jumps down my throat about anything. Hear me out. But if I was going to choose right this second, I think it is either going to be the Dreadnought Thunder Machine or the Cobra Moccasin. And this is the reasons why I think both of these stand a chance at being the HasLab. Now, a lot of people out there in viewer land might not agree with those choices, okay? And that's totally acceptable. You're allowed to believe whatever you want. I don't have any inside information, so this is just what I believe. But normally what I do is I take information that we've been presented with and I relate it to the businesses and what Hasbro does, and I try to, kind of relate it to that and see where we're at, okay? But the fact is, so I'll get back to the chat in a second, guys. The fact is, there was already previously a rumor that a Thunder Machine was basically almost ready to go to retail, but for some reason it got nixed at the last second and it got removed from the retail schedule. This was last year. So, if you're telling me that the Thunder Machine was pretty much ready to go, they might have put tooling into it. They've already, developed it or whatever. We all know that the Dreadnoughts are some of the most sought after figures in the GIJoe Classified line. So, do I think that the Thunder Machine stands a good chance? I do. I do think it will be. And I think they can come up with some pretty decent stretch goals. I was even thinking, so now originally a couple of weeks ago or a month ago, whatever, I was thinking maybe they would do another Swamp Skier deco as a potential stretch goal, maybe better colors, maybe animated colors. That could happen. I think the stretch goals for a Dreadnought-inspired Thunder Machine are pretty unlimited. I think they'd be able to come up with some pretty good stuff, right? They could include Heartbreaker. They would include, what's the driver's name again? Oh, shoot, I can't remember the driver's name off the top of my head. My brain is mush. Anyways, what's the driver's name? Oh, my God. Anyways, So, well, Shane, I'll get back to that in a second. So, the thing is, I think it is possible that the Thunder Machine, they can just make it a little bigger. Make it like, house a couple guys in the back or whatever, right? They can make it bigger. Everyone said that the Snowcat was not going to be a HasLab because it was too small. Well, guess what? They made it bigger and it worked or whatever, right? Then, related to Thrasher. Thanks, Carlos. I couldn't remember his name. Thrasher. Yeah, obviously Thrasher would have to be included. Maybe include Heartbreaker. Maybe include, some other generic guys. Or, a playset. You know what would be a good playset for the Thunder Machine and Cobra. I think the Cobra rifle, that rifle thing where they practice their shooting. For some reason, I think that would be a great include because it would be like it could tie it together where the Dreadnoks are not Cobra, but Cobra's, hey, practice and get your target practice up because we need you to do some dirty work for us. So I think that would be a good stretch goal. We'll have to wait and see, obviously. So I think the Thunder Machine is number one. And then the off thing is the Cobra Moccasin. And the reason why I think the Cobra Moccasin is a potential, has potential, is because once again it comes to that insider leak email that Destro is a Spirit Animal has talked about on his channel, that it was number one on the list. It said it was ready to go. It said it was ready to go and they were going to push it out. And you know what? Once again, you're going to have a bigger Cobra Moccasin. It can hold like 2 or 3 guys, maybe a couple guys on the side, whatever, right? So they can make it as big as they want to fill out that HasLab. Come up with some stretch goals. I don't have any stretch goals in my head for that as right now. I thought about the Thunder Machine a bit more. So these are things. Now, like Shane said here in one of his comments, I'll get back to the comments in 1 second. The thing is, these were both supposed to be direct to order, right? Much like the Arctic Hiss Tank. I'm not sure if I discussed this here on the channel before. I personally don't think it would be very responsible of Hasbro, or very, responsible is not the word, but I don't think it would make sense for Hasbro to put out another direct to order while the first one hasn't shipped yet. I think they kind of have to do what they do with the HasLab. A HasLab comes out, you put your order in, the next one doesn't go in until the next one basically ships or whatever, right? They gotta constantly have a rotation. So I don't think, in my personal opinion, that they can put another direct to order vehicle up until it gets closer to the Arctic Hiss Tank and it goes to ship out. I think there has to be some kind of cycle there, okay? That's just my opinion. But I don't know. So, but I guess the way I also look at it, another little tidbit to this thing here, is that of those two, whichever one, or maybe not, it could be something else, but these are my 2 picks. Whichever one of my 2 picks becomes the HasLab, souped up, extra stretch goals, nice, really quality product, I would assume the other one would become the direct to order for the next year. So that kind of covers all the bases. I think that's my opinion. That's what I think is going to happen. Let's go back to the chat here. I missed a couple chat. Mad Gus goes, Rowdy Toys for his flag. Okay, definitely I would just hate the price Hasbro would try to kill us for. We're about due for a Thunder Machine. The mock can be special order. Oh, the Moccasin? Yeah. So, Mad Gus, that's what I was trying to say. One of them probably HasLab, the other one special order. The Moccasin was on Destro, is my Spirit Animals leak list. I think it will be a Pulse exclusive, and that could be the case as well. Like I said, I'm continuing that theory that one of them might be the HasLab. One of them might be the direct-to-order Hasbro exclusive. No matter, both of those are really cool vehicles. I would be interested in both of those. The Thunder Machine, because we have such a collection of Dreadnoks in the classified line, and it's a great way to world build, right? Give them a vehicle, you can start to do more dioramas and stuff like that. I think it makes sense. Same thing with the Moccasin. You give Cobra another vehicle. I think it works as well. Shane says both would be made to order. I think it's going to be one or the other. I'd be okay with a souped up, decked out Thunder Machine. Carlos, I agree, Carlos. I will buy the Thunder Machine as long as it is reasonably priced. HasLab has to be a dream project, especially if it's $550 to $600 Canadian. Look, I don't want it to be $550 to $600. I am perfectly fine with them making a cheaper. When I say cheaper, I just don't mean it overly expensive. HasLab. Like, I want what the Dragonfly cost $450 Canadian, maybe 400, 450, 400 Canadian. That is a perfectly fine price. I don't need it to be $550, $600. That's too much money. I'd rather have some bikes for tiers. Bikes would be cool. That'd be really cool, Magus. Now the question is, do they still come with Copperhead? You're right. Like, Copperhead's already been released. Maybe they do a different deco of him, or, he's got the green glove, special order one or whatever. They could change it up a little bit, give him a bit different colors. Let's see. Now the question is, Carlos, ready to go is a case against a HasLab. HasLabs don't start tooling until they're funded. You are correct, but I mean, ready to go could mean anything, right? From that leaker list, that could mean like all the tooling is done. They've worked it out. They know the price. They know everything. They're ready to press the button to go in production. That could be open to any interpretation at the moment. I can't remember what Destro said if they were ready to ship it to retail. But different, it's all how you interpret things. We'll see. Magos, hell no, it don't work like that. They're grabbing our money way before we get our HasLab. No, before the next direct to order. I don't think they'll have two direct to orders on order at the same time. Hello, boys. Antonio. It's going to be a Cobra vehicle for sure. Oh, yeah, Antonio, yeah. I mean, and that's why it's either going to be the Dreadnought Thunder Machine or some other Cobra vehicle, which could be the Moccasin. I just think it would be weird to see like a third vehicle present itself, right? Thunder Machine, Moccasin, random third vehicle. I think we've already got two good examples of what the HasLab could be. Yeah, that's just my opinion. What about the Cobra Moray, whatever it's called, that high-speed boat they had? That would be a good HasLab. Joey, that would be a good HasLab. I personally think that the bigger boats are too big for HasLab. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I mean, I won't buy a Moray because it would be really, really, really big. Like, you got to think, like, you got like, you'd have 1, 2 guys driving the Moray. You'd have a guy up here on the cannon. You'd have a couple guys in the back or whatever. Like, it's unless it's like meant to be like a smaller high-speed boat or whatever, I just think it would be really large, and I just don't know if the price could support it. I don't know. This is my opinion. Yeah. Anyways, like, the thing is, like, well, we're just gonna have to wait and see. Like, this is 100,000% speculation, right? We don't know how it's gonna go. I don't know. It could go either way. I think those are the two that it's gonna be narrowed down to. But you know what? We'll see. Well, I'll be gladly. Don't worry, guys. I'll be doing videos. I'll be doing live chats about whatever comes out. I'll have my own opinion formed, and we'll talk about it in depth. So I mean, if you guys thought, Thunder Machine, Moccasin, what would be your third option as a Cobra HasLab? Well, they did make a HasLab Galactus. That's what Joey says. Yes, Joey. They did. It's pretty sweet, too. So big. How much was that, though, I wonder? A Rattler and Snowcat with shipping were $5.35. Armora would be the same, if not more. Yeah, $5.35 is getting expensive. I didn't get the Rattler or the Snowcat. The Snowcat was not worth $5.35. I was not impressed with the Snowcat for that amount of money. Especially when we got the Dragonfly for like $400 or something. So, I mean, though that price to me is worth... is not worth that much. Like, that's exceeds the amount of money I want to spend on this. Destro's Dominator. That's a pretty sweet vehicle. I'm still looking for a Destro's Dominator for my Real American Hero collection. So yeah, I'm on the hunt for that. David says he wants a Cobra Stun. Carlos says, I see the Moray as a viable option, but it would be huge. Yeah, Carlos, I think it would be big. I mean, let's be real. Anything is a viable option. It just depends on how much, if the price gets too expensive, then does the market not support it, and then it doesn't get made, right? It's kind of like a fine line or whatever, right? Antonio says the Terradrome is my dream project. Cobra Stun needs to happen too. Yeah, I skipped the cat as well as the snow hiss, as well as yeah. But a Terradrome would cost about $1,000. A Terradrome would be so expensive. Oh my god, like it'd be crazy. Good old Astro Train. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Future classified waves. Let's talk about that quickly. I'm starting to get a little sleepy, guys. I'm getting tired. It's late. It's 12:40, 12:43. Boom. I gotta start these things early. I mean, I gotta send my wife to bed earlier, I think, from now on. We'll see. Future classified waves. Now, I don't really have any good insight into this at the moment. I don't know what they're gonna do. I do think Flash is probably in the next wave. Next reveal, I should say. I think in June at GIJoe June, I think they're going to do a big reveal to finish off possibly Flash. I was going to say the OG 13, but I don't think they've done a Grand Slam yet. I think Flash will be shown off at GIJoe June. And the reason why I think about that is we'll cycle back to the beginning of the stream when we talked about that 250th USA Duke and how Super 7 and Hasbro obviously talk to each other when they're designing these waves. And Super 7 already showed us that there is a Flash coming in one of their waves. And I think that really does mean that Flash is coming in the main line or retro GIJoe classified line very, very, very soon. That's just my opinion, guys. That's just my opinion. Antonio, there is a 3D printed Terradrome you can buy. Laugh out loud. You don't want to know the price. Huh? Oh, I bet it is super expensive. Super expensive. Sorry. Cobra's run out of large vehicles. The Moray and the Maggot are about the only large Hasbro options. But see, the thing is, the maggot. You can talk about like the maggot being a big vehicle that should be done, but is it really loved by the community? I don't know if it is. So like I don't know if it would be a good thing to do, because I don't know if it would be fully supported by the community. But I mean, sure it would be. Anything GIJoe is going to get a fair amount of support. Have you seen the Special Forces figure coming out? Really nice. The Special Forces figure is really nice indeed. We have... Ooh, sorry guys, I yawned. Don't mind me. The Special Forces fig I've talked about here on the channel before. I'm just wondering... Oh. This was that those 250th anniversary Super 7 figures, right? And you can totally see, like, notice how the coloring is the exact same as the GIJoe classified figure, Duke. And so, like, I mean, it's quite evident that they discussed this together and figure out what they're doing, because, like, why would the packaging match almost exactly if they didn't talk already about it? Sorry, I caught that. That caught my eye as I scrolled through. And then I thought I wanted to bring up the Special Forces figure, but I don't seem to have it here, which is really weird. Yeah, I don't seem to have it here. That's weird. Okay, I was going to bring it up because somebody was talking about it. I just really hope we don't start getting into those weird looking vehicles. Yeah. I don't want any weird looking HasLab vehicles or direct order vehicles either. Just normal GIJoe Cobra stuff. Oops. Anyways, I mean, yeah, anyway, so I personally think Flash is coming. When we are talking about new classified figures, I don't really have too much. I can't think of anything. What other figures might be coming? Just a second now. If we go to, histank.com. So tired. Just give me 1 second here. I'm just trying to find something on. Sorry guys, I was trying to find normally histank.com has a page where they have all the numbers listed for all the figures. And I wanted to quickly reference that, but I don't really see it here anymore. Maybe I'm missing it. Ooh, don't really see it here. Shane says they could do all the Battle Force 2000 vehicles for a HasLab. Stop it. Don't mention Battle Force 2000. I hate that stuff. Has anyone come across that female Crimson Guard yet? That's the one I'm waiting for. I guess I need at least 4. Are you, Mad Gus, are you going to replace its head with an actual female face? I think it's kind of a crime that they didn't include an alternate head for that female Crimson Guard. I think they would have looked really badass with another female head with hair and stuff like that, right? Not so the helmet can go on and off, just 2 alternate heads. The one with hair and one with the mask, right? Yeah, I don't see their thing I was looking for. Can't find it. Shoot. See if I can just Google it. Second now, guys. Let's see. Histank.com classified Let's put GIJoe. Okay, I can't find what I was looking for, guys. So sorry. I can't find what I'm looking for. Okay. I have not found one of those Crimson Guards as of yet, Mad Gus. Shane, EV Games up here has her coming out on May 1st. Yes, use the extra head from Emma Frost. Have not seen the female Crimson Guard in the wild yet. What's up, everyone? Nice. And thanks for joining the chat there. San Francisco 49 and Barbeer Brain. Oh, dude, I don't know what your name says. It's too late in the night. It's too late in the night for new names. I did one for the blue one. I used Marvel Legends Silkhead. She has a red mask like the Troopers. That's pretty cool. Marvel Legends Silk. Where's my button? I'm looking for my buttons. Is that what you're talking about? You use that one? Marvel Legends Silk. I mean, that makes sense. Got the red mask or whatever, right? That looks kind of cool. I still think, yeah, that Crimson Guard, the female Crimson Guard should have came with an alternate head. Hasbro should have included one. It would have been amazing. I'm not in a rush to pick that one up as of yet. So yeah, I think when it comes down to it, I do think Flash will be released or revealed at GIJoe June. Somebody mentioned in the chat with my latest video that they thought that Flash was definitely coming because Glenda has basically Flash's weapon. Man, that's been a long wait though, hey? If that is indeed the tooling for Flash's weapon that came with Glenda with the Dragonfly, that means like we've been waiting 3 years patiently for a Flash to be finished and released. So I think I've got a good feeling. Knock knock. I think he's gonna be released and revealed as part of GIJoe June. Hopefully we'll finally get a Flash. And I have my fingers crossed. Flash, I feel like, is probably one of the harder figures to bring to life in classified. So I don't know. Are they just going to do the 1-for-1 upscale? Or are they going to classify them? Or are they going to do something in between? How are they going to do it? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, obviously. Anyways. 49er Brian. Okay, that's way easier to say. Sorry, dude. I'm really bad with names and stuff of that, so bear with me. But if you know what, if you keep on coming back every week, I'll make sure I recognize you and I'll give you a shout out every time. You see Mad Gus bringing in his buds. Anyways, so Liquid says it's going to be basic bitch Flash. They don't classify up as many as they used to. Yeah, I mean, it's been pretty straightforward recently with the Real American Hero versions coming out. Hopefully they do. I think, I don't know. That's where I was trying to go with that a few seconds ago. That Flash can go either really a couple ways, a few ways. They do it the 1-for-1 a Real American Hero, and he just looks like a Real American Hero Flash, which could possibly work, especially if he comes out on a retro card. That could work. or they could classify him up. And I feel like Flash, if they want him in the main line, kind of needs to be classified up just to bring him to that next level. Because he is highly regarded as one of those OG 13. So I think he needs to be a bit more classified up if he's going to join the main line. That's my opinion. Or do they do something in the middle and it just turns out horribly? I don't know. But I do have a feeling we will see him at GIJoe June. And, you know, I think that it's quite the possibility. It won't be just very standard looking. Reveal the damn Thunder Machine already. Yeah, I know. Thunder Machine for the win for sure. I need my Dreadnoks to have some kind of vehicle to drive around and cause total chaos. Time is it? Anyways, so I mean, I don't know. We'll have to wait. Like everything, guys. I keep on saying I'm not an insider. I don't have insiders reaching out to me like Destro does. I wish I did. If any of you guys are insiders, feel free to reach out to me. Okay, on the down low. I'll keep your identity safe. But well, you know, we're gonna see a lot of reveals coming in June, and I think there's gonna be hopefully some really good stuff. Oh, look who decides to show up a little late, but better late than never, I guess. Mr. Zoran the Barbarian himself. Start from the beginning? Okay, bro. You can watch the replay. Watch the replay. There was so much good chatter in here. The chat was rocking. You gotta watch the replay, Zoran. Or sub, as we call it. The people who know call you sub. Anyways, so I don't know. We got a lot coming for sure. So this week on the channel, the long form video that I did was about, you know, I do have some concerns where classified's going. I don't know how collectors are feeling. The prices are going up, which always really sucks. Makes you and I buy a little less, and then we have to question and think about it a bit more. So that's frustrating as well. A lot of collectors weren't necessarily happy with the original new characters coming in, Sundown, and Professor Rockclaw or whatever. So, you know, is this new tooling characters, are they going to get in the way of doing some of those basic real characters that we want done? So that was what the new video was about this week. So next week, I do think I'm probably going to do a video on the HasLab like we just discussed earlier. You know, if you know which one is it, I think whichever one it is not, that one becomes the next direct to order. So that is just my opinion on both those things. So that's what next week's video is going to be about. So, you know, come back and watch that. Zoran says, I jumped off classified after my Dragonfly arrived. Only grabbed one or two a the year. I mean, you only need to grab the ones that you're interested in, right? I think that's pretty fair game. There's no need to buy them all if you're not interested in them all. So I think that's fair game. So good job, Zoran. Mr. Magas, I got you, Swish. What I tell you probably be all wrong, but I got you, brother. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. Battle Force talk is wild from Zoran. Yeah. No Battle Force. Not allowed. Not allowed. If they do Battle Force, I guarantee you everyone quits classified. Yeah, Zoran, I'm waiting for my ear-tag to show up as well. Look, guys, I don't know if you heard it earlier, but did you see this? This thing's sweet. This is my Centurion's depth charger. Came in the mail this week. It is so epic. So awesome. Anyways, it's sitting here. This is not its final resting place, but It's just gonna sit there for now. Zoran, you missed it. I unboxed the GI Joe Classified Claw earlier in the stream. I got it on Friday. I picked it up from a local person. Anyways, pretty sweet. I added my Crimson Guard because I just had him there to try him out. Mad Gus to Zoran says, I've been a Marvel Legends guy since Toy Biz. I have a crazy collection, but I got tired of the same stuff over and over. I switched to Joe and haven't looked back. That's kind of cool. Oh, you ended up buying the Claw with no figure, correct? Yeah, I did. I picked them up. I thought it was an awesome deal, and that's good enough for me. Got to get it set up now. I didn't ever really do, that's a lie. I did do Marvel Legends for a bit. I was trying to collect the MCU guys, but I kind of got sick of it. The only thing right now I just picked up, and I'm sure I discussed it in another stream, I just picked up a Marvel Legends Age of Apocalypse, because I love Age of Apocalypse. We talked about that earlier in the stream as well. The only thing that I'm really would actually consider for Marvel Legends right now is more Age of Apocalypse figures. So like Iceman, Sabretooth, Magneto, I got Rogue, and a few of those guys to fill out my Age of Apocalypse collection. And then the only other thing would be like classic 90s X-Men, the X-Men 97 figures like Wolverine, Rogue, Cyclops. I'd love to have all those as well, but they're not in the cards right now. I'm sticking with G.I. Joe and Transformers, so don't worry about that. 24 people in the chat right now, guys. I really appreciate you dropping by. The thing is, though, it is 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time and a late night stream. I am getting very, very tired. Not because I'm not enjoying your company, guys. It's just, it's late. It's been a long day. My son had to go to hockey this morning, and I had to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning. So it's just been a long day. So, if you haven't already, think about hitting the like button as well. If you are new here, right? Brian, 49er Brian, you're new here. Think about hitting the subscribe button, okay? And hit the like button if you can. Really appreciate it. That'd be awesome. That would be super awesome. Also, guys, I think I got off track. My long form video this week was about the prices going up on Classified, the new figures coming in. People not necessarily sticking with it, and I'm worried about the longevity of the line. Think about watching that long form video if you haven't watched it already. I mean, it's not doom and gloom. I don't think Classified's going away anytime soon, but I'm curious, like if the profit is starting to slow down on Classified for Hasbro. We're seeing a lot of stuff show up on clearance, which is good for the consumer, but not good for the company that makes these things and makes the decisions to continue to produce these things. Anyways. So basically, I think I have all of them Swish except the newer stuff, but I already have from when they were first made. I have 8 Toy Biz Sentinels for sale. Wow, that's a lot of Sentinels. That's pretty sweet. How much does a Toy Biz Sentinel go for, Mr. Mad Gus? Let us know in the chat. Brian King gives Mr. Liquid a big thumbs up. Fing Fang Foom, that big ass gorilla. This chat's flying all over the place. We're down to 16 people. I was starting to say goodbyes, but people, they're checking out. Anyways, yeah, guys. So I think I will call it there tonight. Just because I'm getting tired and I don't want to fall asleep on. I don't want you guys to clip me falling asleep on the stream here, because I will do it. I will fall asleep on the stream. I'll pass out in this chair and you guys will just watch me. That would be so freaky. Anyways, so I think I will call it tonight. It's been an hour 34. That's, you know, what we roughly do here on the channel. We talk about GIJoe. I didn't get to the Transformers one. If next modern Transformer combiner, if I had to guess, I'm going to say Defensor. I would say Defensor. I mean, Predaking and Defensor are the main two left over. We do already have a Monstructor coming. I think Combiner Defensor needs to be the next one because the Autobots are currently outnumbered because we have Menasor, Devastator, and Bruticus compared to Superion. So I need Defensor to even out the teams a little, right, guys? Anyways, I'm gonna check out right now, guys. Thank you so much for dropping by. I really appreciate it. And remember, as of right now, next week's stream will be 11:30 Eastern Standard Time next Sunday. So make sure you come back to check us out. We'll have some more stuff with you. We'll talk about toys. We'll talk about GIJoe and Transformers. We'll go over some new stuff that I'm buying and getting. And hopefully, maybe we'll have some thrift store finds. Maybe we'll get lucky with the thrift store finds. Anyways, so I'm going to say goodnight. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next week. Okay, guys? Have a good night. Have a good week. We'll see you later. Okay, bye.